Hello and welcome back to Loops Part 2, which are totally fun. I hope we're having fun at this point. Way more fun than history class. Just kidding. I hope you're not a history teacher listening to this, or that if you are listening to this in your history class, you have headphones in. Um, anyway, so last time we learned about all the different loops in Java. For loops, while loops, the Java-specific enhanced for loop, and the do-while loop. We learned about what they do, did some exercises. This could be a short video because you're going to need to spend a little bit of time on your assignment, which is to write a nested for loop. And that assignment is in the lesson overview that I've linked to in the comments and is also linked to on Schoology. But for this one, we're going to practice writing one of these together. So I have a little one. We have to write a nested loop that creates this output. And here it is. Oh, am I going to have to indent it myself? I am. That's lame. Right, now you don't actually have to write those dots, just the numbers. Okay, so we just need to write a loop that writes the numbers. All right, so it looks like we're counting here from 1 to 5. Right, so we absolutely have to go from 1 to 5. So let's start by writing a loop that does that. Integer I is 0. Let's see. Or actually, I shouldn't start at 0. It should start at 1. We're going to go as long as I is less than or equal to 5. And we're going to add 1 each time. Cool. Oh, and it's yelling at us because of this. All right, cool. We can actually delete all this from last time, honestly. You don't need it. Just get rid of it. Or comment it if you don't want to look at it. I sure don't. All right, anyway, so we're going from 1 to 5. That's good. And we definitely need to system.out.println. We definitely need to print I each time. Some version of it, okay? So if we do this, let's just see what the output looks like so we can kind of see what's going on. Apparently, oh, that's recording. Where's run? Run. Let's print it so we can just see what's going on. I mean, if you could guess, you're probably guessing correctly that it's going to print the numbers 1 to 5. Sure enough, it does. Okay, but we need to print the number a number of times equal to the number it's printing. All right, so we really need to do a nested for loop here. We really need to put a loop inside of this loop. What we need to say is that, I guess we're going to start at 1, and I don't know, we'll go as long as the other for loops counter is less than I suppose. So let's try for integer x equals, we're going to start at 1. We'll go as long as x is, let's see, less than or equal to I. We'll add 1 to x each time. All right, let's see if that works. We don't want to print it here. We want to print it here. And at this point, we want to print I. We don't want to print x. Right? If we print x, well, let's do both. We'll print x first. Let's watch what happens if we print x. Ooh, turns out that that's not quite going to work. It looks like x is the wrong number. What if we print I? That seems better. But if you look, they're not on the same line, which is a little bit frustrating. How do we get them on the same line? Maybe instead of this, printing I each time, we could declare a new string variable, call it the output string, right? And then that output string, every time we go through this loop, could be, it should start as nothing, could be itself plus x. And then at the end, we could print output string. Oop, almost. But instead of x, we want to add I to that, right? See what's happening if we do x. That's not quite what we need. There we go. Alright, so that's just a simple example of how to build a nested for loop. And that'll do it for this video. What you should do now is you should check out the assignment sheet, which has a problem for you to do, similar to this, where I'll give you an output that you need to write a nested for loop to create it. This will take the place of your assessment that you normally do on Schoology for this problem. You don't need to submit the whole application to me. You can just send me the code and I will check it out like that. Alright, that's all. Enjoy. Goodbye. Sayonara. Bye.